Hey everybody, it is Realtor Alan Wheeler here, back again. Thanks for stopping into my channel, checking us out, checking out my next video today. I super appreciate it. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below, definitely hit like, give me some comments on what maybe you want to see next. So today we're going to switch things up just a little bit and we're going to talk about something outside of Kalamazoo. We've been sticking around inside the city of Kalamazoo for quite a while, in the township of Kalamazoo. Today we're going to look at something that's a little more near and dear to me in Portage, and that's the Portage Bicentennial Trail. So I'm kind of out on one of the shootouts of the trail here, so it goes off in a little boggy area with a nice little trail. But man, is it awesome out here, right? You can get right down out to the river, see all this out here, and keep everything nice and peaceful. So for those of you that don't know, one of the great things about this trail is when you're over 50, my father tells me you don't pass a lot of bathrooms, and I'm over 50 and that's true. But this trail is roughly, it takes off from Lloyd Norks High School. Right across the street there's a trailhead. Takes you to another trailhead down on Millam with a park, kids can play, and there's another set of bathrooms there. There's a set of bathrooms at Lloyd Norks trailhead. Mile and a half down there's a set of bathrooms at the trailhead at Millam. You go a little further and you go to the Celery Flats. Get out to the Celery Flats, there's all kinds of events out there all the time. You can have weddings out there, there's get-togethers out there, there's movies in the park out there, all kinds of events that you can go to out there. Christmas time is pretty awesome down there. There's candy canes out there that are decorated up. Santa's down there in the winter at some point, and it's a great time. You can always find something to do down there. One of the other great things is the food trucks go down there once in a while, and not to mention all the events for people like me that do a lot of running. So all the running and everything else that goes on down there is one of the reasons that it's near and dear to me, right? So I can take off from just across the street at Lloyd Norks, and I can go all the way down across the street to Portage Central, down the road, and follow that down all the way to the next trailhead. And that's about 6.5, a little over 6.5 miles. So you can actually run a half marathon with not one, not two, not three, but 4 sets of bathrooms on your way down there. So never an excuse that you can't make it very far without going to the restroom, right? Kids can come down, there's plenty of parking space to play in at a couple of the different trailheads. And all these little offshoots that are pretty great and show us all the stuff right down by the river, right? So we can see all this down here and it's nice and peaceful. If you do come out here, let's always make sure that we're remembering our role of taking care of this trail in our community, right? It's no different than if you were out hiking in the woods. You don't want to leave any trace, right? So make sure you're picking up after yourself, make sure you're picking up after your dogs. Another thing that people always forget, and it sounds weird when you first start doing it, but if you're riding a bike or you're rollerblading or you're running and somebody else is walking and you're going to pass someone, holler, on your left or passing on your left. Just lets them know you're coming, and it's kind of fun because sometimes you scare the daylights out of someone because they're not expecting to hear somebody, right? So it's a great trail. Let me know in the comments if you've been out on this trail and what it is you do out here. Rollerblading, I'm going to tell you, if you haven't been down here to rollerblade, make sure you get down here before winter, because they resurfaced a good 3-mile stretch of the trail and it is really friggin' smooth and awesome. So wear your protective gear. So I don't want to hear about anybody tearing up their shins or their kneecaps, and make sure you're not running into children in strollers. But let me know what you've done down here. Again, I think it's a really great trail. All in all, it says it's about 8 miles total. It's really more than that if you go out and back. You can actually take the offshoot too down in the Celery Flats, and it takes you up over behind the mall and back down into the neighborhood down off of Millam on that side of town. It takes you across the other side of Oakland. So you can get to Dairy Queen from here. You can get to Sam's Club from here. You can get from Lloyd Norks to Portage Central. You can get pretty much anywhere you want to go between Kalamazoo and Portage from this awesome friggin' trail. So, like I said, let me know what you've done out on this trail. Let me know what events you've done out on this trail, because in February comes my favorite one, which is the Portage Winter Blast Half Marathon. I hope to see all of you there. Hope things are well. Thanks again for stopping by, and we will see you soon.